Hello, I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK, which I absolutely love, especially as we're now back to doing in-person workshops. Had a lovely workshop yesterday. Really enjoyed seeing all the crafters again and just having a giggle together. It's fun to make stuff, it's even better to make it with somebody else. So today's make is a block step card. It's not my original idea. I've cased it from a fellow crafter on YouTube. Apologise now if I get the name wrong, but I think you say it's Stemple Fantasy. She has got lots of lovely makes on her YouTube channel, so just pop over and say hi and see some of her makes as well. I've changed it slightly, ever so slightly, in that I've made it into a new baby card. Over on my Facebook VIP group, we have a weekly challenge, and this week's weekly challenge is all about new baby. So I saw the blocks and thought that is absolutely perfect. As you can see, it stands up. There's a space on the back. On hers, she put a little card on there, which I think is a great idea, and kept it closed with magnets. But equally, you could just put a little message on there and that would be it, job done. So I've used Playful Alphabet from Stampin' Up to do the wording, and like I say, some of the dies and stamp set from the All for Baby. The paper that's in the background is from the celebration catalogue, which is finishing anytime soon, so go grab your freebies. Lots of lovely papers, Simply Marvellous, I think this was called, so I've used that paper. So what do you need? Okay, I'm going to put the measurements there just so that you've got them. You need a piece of A4 card. I've used Smoky Slate. A sheet of the Simply Marvellous 6x6, although you only use a half at most, and we're going to cut that into squares, and some white, some basic white card, and then you're done. So let's get crafting. So the Smoky Slate, I've already cut it to size just to save a bit of time for you and stop me waffling on so much. So this is 29.7 centimetres, which in the UK is actually the exact size of an A4 sheet. And it's cut at 10.5 centimetres, which is half an A4 card. So on the short side, we are going to score it at 3.5 centimetres. So 3.5, make sure you've got your score. And then we are going to do it at 7 centimetres. Now I find it easier to do the 3.5 that side and then spin the card round. So I'm all for easy. And you should end up with 3 panels of equal amounts on your card. Now we're going to do quite a lot of scoring on the long side just to turn it into blocks. So I will go slow-ish. Okay, 3.5 centimetres is your first one. Okay, then 7 centimetres, so basically every 3.5. Then 10.5. Then 14. 17.5. 21. 24.5, and then the last one is 28, and that leaves you with a little bit on the end, 28, which will become your tab. Okay, so looking at it this way with the thinner strip at that end, we're going to do some cutting. So we are going to come along 2 boxes, and the third one we're going to cut off, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, and this one here. So it's like a T shape that we're going to cut out. Okay, so however is easier for you, cut that out. I'm going to do it down that line, down that line. It's actually probably easier with bigger scissors. I've got my paper snips here, but looking at this, I think it's probably easier with bigger scissors. But I'm going to persevere with these. And this one. And then going to go across this way to cut the boxes off, or the cubes, or whatever you want to call them. So that first one, then I need these two off. Okay, and remember, don't pull your paper because that will tear it. Cut it. And this one, if I go this side, it's probably easier. Okay, so that's my T-shape cut out. Now what we want to do is cut a few tabs, which at the moment won't look like tabs. So the first one is we're going to cut along this box here. Okay. Now, if truth be told, I've started this video 3 times because I've cut the wrong tabs. So I'm going to double check, triple check this time. So this is one tab, and then the next tab we need is this one here. So it's sort of like a step. Just going to fold that back, see if that makes it easier. Okay, so I've got a tab there. Okay, and we're going to do the same this side. And I'm going to hold my breath, cross my fingers, everything, that this time I've got it right. Okay, so there's my 2 tabs. And the only other thing I'm going to do, so you've got 2 tabs here, 1 tab there, 1 tab there. This little box, little strip here, I'm just going to cut that off at a little bit of an angle, just because that's going to be hidden anyway. Okay, so with my, so that's 2 tabs, a little bit. I'm going to turn it this way because I'm going to glue this bit now. Now notice I haven't burnished mine, even though there's lots and lots of score lines. I don't want to burnish it because I don't want it a flippy floppy card where you've sort of folded it in so many ways. So I'm just going to burnish as I go, or fold as I go, so that this main part stays quite strong. Okay, so I'm going to turn my card over, put some glue on the flap, which is going to form the base of my box. Just bring that over to meet it, like so. And if you just press your card flat, that will automatically line up. Okay, so just press it both sides. Now, how do I make my box? So where the tabby bit is, that is the base of your cubes, and then these bits, remember we've only burnished, oh please don't tell me I've done it again. I think I need to do that one. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I'm folding it wrong. That's it. So that, right, okay, I've got it. This is what I was doing wrong on the others. Okay, so the tab is not on the bottom, it's up the side. So how do I explain that? Let's have a look. So you want this shape, okay? This shape, the longest rectangle shape. So the piece that you've glued is on the side there, like that, okay? So then what happens is, when you put that one over, that meets there. You put this one over, the tabs that you made earlier, that meets there. And then that gives you your steps, your block steps like that. So before I do anything else, I'm going to glue those in place. I'm going to glue them that way round, because That is how I want my card to be. So I'm going to glue that one on there. And that forms my card like that. Okay. Ta-da! Now we just need to decorate it. So bearing in mind these 3 boxes here are the top, I am just going to put some paper on without anything else. So the squares that I'm putting on, the Simply Marvellous paper that I'm using here, they need to be 3 centimetre squares. So you need 11 of them. So 11 3 centimetre squares that you're going to cover almost all of your cubes in, the little squares that you've done. So they're my 3 top ones. And then they're going to be all over the front. So I'm just going to keep going. So all over these boxes. So I've done 4, 5, 6, 7. Just make sure that's square. That's why Tombow is good for wiggle. Now, I could see this used for lots of reasons. Happy birthday, good luck, passing your driving test. That would be a good card. You could fit a car on there somewhere. Okay, so that's the front. I'm just going to turn it over, and I just want to do this block and this block. So again, it's easier to push it down flat so you can put some pressure on your squares. And the reason you don't do the big one is that's going to be where you put your message, your personal message to them. So we will do that in a moment. So that is like that. Okay, and then you layer it with Whisper White. And this time the squares are 2.5 by 2.5, and you just need 6 of those. So I've already cut mine before I started, just for the speed of the video. And I'm just covering all of the front ones in it. But remember, not the top of the boxes. So just move that a little. And the back you don't do at all. So, although you could if you wanted to. Remember, for most of us crafters, the idea we share are just ideas, and it's for you to make it your own. That's what makes it unique to you. Okay, last one on there. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm just going to turn it over and cut this piece. So this piece needs to be 6.5 by 6.5. But the piece that I've got left over is 6. So I'm just going to cut mine 6 by 6 and see if it looks silly. No. So out of my 6 by 6 piece of paper, I have got all of my squares, and then by doing this 6 by 6, I can get that as well. And I think that's okay, actually. So I'm going to stick that on before I forget where I need to put that. And that's where I'm going to put my personal message to them, to the recipient of the card. So that's the back. Okay. Now, how did I decorate the front? So I die cut some playful alphabet out, and I use the foam adhesive sheets that Stampin' Up does because it's quite a nice deep letter that you get then. So it's a bit like sticking it on dimensionals, but it's even better because it's so big. So there's baby. Let's see if I can spell baby right now. I'm joking. Okay, is that going to come off? I should have brought my pokey tool through. Is it going to come out? Yay. I really like this playful alphabet, and I haven't used it a lot. I thought I would use it a lot more. I think it's the effort. You know, when you think, oh, I've got to put a lot of effort into getting that all out, and it really isn't. So get it out the box and play with it. Okay, this one, and it really does show off your card much better. When the alphabet is just flat, it's nice, but doing it on these adhesive sheets really gives it a bit more of a wow. So that's what I did for that. Then this I just stuck on with some ordinary dimensionals. Okay, so I die cut that, and then I just put some dimensionals on the back, and that will form that bit. And then one of the bibs I put here, but before I did that, I need a little heart. So I've got one of these old Stampin' Up heart punches. Can't go wrong with that. And I'm just going to glue that in place there, like so. And I'm going to put the bib on a dimensional as well, because that will give it that 3D look again. There. And then the Hello Little one, I stamped on a bit of scrap, and I am just going to chop that up a bit. Just because I think it's too big. So let's just trim that down. Trim it a little bit on the top. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, do I want it on a bit of dimensional? I think I do actually. Well, let's stick on a bit of this offcut. Yep. So that's gonna go there. And then this one, I'll chop this one down as well. Oh, I am loving this. And I need a little bit of a dimensional. Just going to chop a bit off of there. Stick that on the back. And then I think we're done. Ta-da! Do like a ta-da moment. Okay, let's move this out of the way. After that little mishap of where should we cut, we've got 2 new baby cube block step cards. So, thank you for watching. If you've liked my video and you'd like to see some more, please subscribe. If you're in the UK and you'd like the supplies to make what you see, please get in touch or look me up under createdtheottaway. If you do decide to make this, I absolutely love to see what people make. So please send me a picture at createdtheottaway@gmail.com, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.